It is afternoon, but I just want to say good day, I guess, because you may be watching this video in the morning or in the evening as well. Um, we are going to, since the format that we have been using for our Zoom classes has been doing a bit of mindfulness, and since I like Tai Chi and Qigong, that is kind of and Chinese medicine, that is some of the activities we've been doing. And we are going to continue on with a fall Qigong routine that we have started already. It's a longer routine, and since I don't want to take up all class time to do this, we will do another third of this, and then we can finish up in the last segment, which we will be recording soon, is for healing, 6 healing sounds. We'll get through about 3 of them today, and then we will kind of repeat the first 3 and do the end, and kind of do a lap over of that last segment of the fall or autumn Qigong. And it's a time to transition from all the bounty of the summer and be proud of what you have accomplished in your year, and kind of starting to get ready to rest and relax as we head into the winter season. And that's kind of a Chinese medicine Qigong thought of the seasons and autumn. So if you remember, what we were working on before was called pushing the grass. So this move, if you're standing, you would have 1 foot forward, 1 back. If you're seated, you could have 1 foot forward, 1 back, but you're going to push your hands forward, pull back, and shift back onto that back leg. We can do this standing. So it's as if we are pushing into some really tall grass and pulling it away so we can walk through. This is where we left off from the fall Qigong. And again, pushing through things so that you can move forward, become what you need to be. That's part of being able to shed what you don't need as you move forward. Good. The next movement we're going to move on into is called drawing the bow. So, and again, we can do the standing or seated. We're going to lift our hands up over our head, and then the hands are going to cross as they come down in front of us. And then one hand is going to pull back, the other hand, palm up, is going to pull back like you're drawing a bow, right? Hands down at your sides. Hands come up again. We're going to do the other direction. Coming down, drawing back with one hand, pushing forward with the other. And if we have our feet in a little wider stance, we can pull back, right? Come down to the middle. And again, if we were standing, you would lift up, coming down, pulling back, and push. Back to the middle, lifting up, hands cross, sinking onto that arm that's going to pull backwards to draw the bow back. And we can do this again, seated, up, cross, shifting to that back leg. You're getting a real nice pull back and a shift, and down, lift up, cross, pull back, and relax. And then I want you to think of all the energy flow that you're gathering, bringing down through your body, kind of pulling back, and I almost think of letting go of that bow so that I can let go of all the things that I need to release to give myself space to move forward. Think of all the things we've done, and now we get to rest and relax as we move into the winter season. Good. Now, relax your arms. The next thing we're going to do is tap. Just take our fingertips right under the collarbone. And that's called the Zong Fu, lung 1 point. Your lung meridian goes from, just kidding. Okay, it goes down along the arm and ends up on your thumb, if you want to think about that. And why is that important? Well, this is meant to help strengthen the defensive qi and protect against any exterior pathogens, right? Colds, flus, as we move into cold and flu time, wind, dampness, rain, breathing issues, shortness of breath, coughing, apnea. So hopefully feeling an openness in the chest and the shoulders, release in these areas. And then we're going to move on into cloud hands. I like cloud hands, as most people know. So I hold one hand up by my face and one hand down, as if I'm cradling kind of a cloud here. I'm going to carry it across my body, and then my hands are going to change. The top hand goes down, bottom hand comes up to the face, and just kind of shifts across. Now we're really looking for openness in the arms, in the chest, creating space in the arms and the body, releasing any tension in the heart, any fear, any obsessive thoughts, any frustration. Just trying to feel free and open to let that go. Remembering to breathe. Good. Going back to our ready position. Kind of lengthening, thinking of aligning that posture. And we're going to drop the chi now. So the idea is that you come up on your toes, you lift your hands up, and you're going to drop down to the heels. Or lift up, and drop. And let that go. Up, just drop to the heels. So you can actually feel kind of that resonate through your body. If you can't lift your heels up, drop your arms and try and do that movement. This helps shake off any excess energy in the skin, in the Wei Qi area. One more. And then we're going to move into our healing sounds. And we're going to do just a few. And then we'll finish up in our next video. So the first organ, and these are organs that are thought to be important in traditional Chinese medicine, acupuncture, acupressure. Lungs. That element is metal, and that's the element for fall. The color is white, and the sound is zzz. So we're going to do a little kind of gathering the chi. Zzz. Going as long as you can. Zzz. Last one. Okay, our next organ is the kidney, and the element is water, which makes sense, right? Your kidneys handle the water in your body. The color is blue or black, and the sound is shri. So this time we're going to gather the chi up and around and out. Churi. Churi. And you kind of want to let the sounds resonate in your body. Churi. The next organ is the liver, and the element is wood. The color is green. We're going to circle in again, and the sound is shoo. Shoo. And however long you can do that for, you don't have to do it as long as I do, or maybe you can go longer. That's perfectly fine. We will kind of go over those again next time, and we will add in the heart, the spleen, and the Sanjiao area, or the meridian. So, alrighty, are we ready? We're going to do a march, and we're going to do a punch across, and a punch across. We're going to start working the exterior a little more. You can pick a pace. Looking good. Starting to warm up. Now, let's do a speed bag. You ready? You know, where they punch that little bag for like the boxing gym, right? And what we're going to try and do, if you want, is do a little boxer jump, side to side. Hands in front, hands lift up, hands go down, out to the left, out to the right, to the middle. Can you get your legs to move side to side? Now, if you want to just do arms or just do legs, you can. You certainly can. That's an option. I want this to work for whatever you feel like your energy level is today. And we're going to lift up and down. Up and down. If you need to take a break, take a break. If you need to go at a different speed than me, please do. Remember to breathe. Don't hold that breath. We're going to do a figure 8 with that speed bag. Can we do that? I don't know if we can keep our legs moving and get all that going. Let's do a figure 8 with the speed bag and maybe just leave the legs for a moment. So we got a lot of stuff going on here. All right, now if you want to use weights, you may, in your hands to give a little more resistance. You could use a soup can, you could use something a little heavier. We do tend to do things for a while, so you may find that you want, a lighter weight so your arms don't get so tired. Or use the weight for a while, and if the arms get tired, then put the weights down. You can always do that as well. Lots of options here. All right, let's do some punching. Punching, if you think about it, is a great way to use your arms, but not only your arms, but your middle as well, right? So you're going to use your stomach and your core muscles, because when we do a punch, we want to think about using that core so that you get a little more punch to that movement, right? A little more power to that movement. Looking good. And if you'd like to add some legs in, let's do a kick. You breathe in. Trying to breathe and not tense up those shoulders is really important. Remember, when we talk about engaging the abdominals, we are talking about pulling in your tummy towards your spine, as if somebody's going to kind of punch you in the gut, and you want to kind of brace against that. So you're going to hold that tummy in, and that gets those abdominals to fire. It's kind of part of their job, is to be like a little girdle or a corset around the middle, right? To help protect the back. Looking good. Now we're going to change the arms out because my shoulders were getting tired. Don't know if you were noticing that. We're going to do a kick now with the legs. Kind of a kick out still. And we're going to flex the elbows. Keep them moving. Looking good. I'm really warming up now. I hope you are too. Feels good to move though. Okay, couple more, looking good, and relax. And again, so remember, you can take a break whenever you need to, take a sip of water whenever you need to. Make sure you're going at a pace that works for you, not just my pace. If you feel like you want to go faster than me, that's fine. If you want to go slower, that's great. You just participate at whatever level you feel benefits you the most, and you feel safe and confident in doing the activity. We're going to try and turn sideways on the chair. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring one leg back, we're going to bring our hands up, and we're going to bring kind of hands or elbows to the knee. Now, and then try and bring the leg backwards, step backwards. Now, if you can't lift your leg up or stick your leg back, or maybe you can't turn in your chair, you could always reach up and then tuck and pull down, reach up, tuck and pull down, and you could squeeze your buns as you bring as you lift your arms up, try and push down into the feet and then squeeze the buns as you come back. So then we're working those muscle groups. Maybe not getting that same movement, but we are working those muscle groups. Up, tuck down. Up, tuck down if you can't get that knee up. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And if you can, let's turn to the other side. And again, we can always push down into the floor and squeeze the buns, right? If we can't get the leg to come forward and go back. Let's try and do the other side now. Pull down, lift up, pull down, lift up. Oh, how are we doing? I feel like I'm working out now. I feel it. Okay, ready? We're going to do 5 more. Count down. 4, 3, are you breathing? 2, and 1. Nice job. Okay. Let's pull back. And as we pull back, we're going to kick forward, okay? Kick, 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 kick. Remember, when you're doing the arm movement, we're working the chest and the shoulder blade area, right? And we're breathing. And again, pick your speed. Do arms, legs, or do both if you want. And again, are those abs engaged or had they let go? Five. We're going to count down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Looking good. Okay, now we are going to work on kind of a rowing motion, okay? So I want you to set your feet out slightly in front of you. Right? You're on the front edge of your chair. Hands can be, well, we're going to use our hands though. So you could do it just with your hands at your chest if you wanted. But we're going to act like we're reaching for a pair of oars. We're going to pull back and reach and pull and reach and pull. How are we doing? Reach, pull back, reach, pull back. Looking good. Should be feeling this in your abs some as you lean back. All right. Feeling that in your abs? So I'll give you a side view just so you can see what I'm doing. I've got my feet forward. I'm sitting towards the edge of the chair. You do not have to scoot sideways. I'm just trying to give you a different view. You're going to reach forward, grab those oars, pulling back. Reach forward. You're trying to keep your feet down on the floor too, right? No, don't have your feet fly up. Pull. Pull. Are you breathing? 5. We're going to count down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. All right, now we're going to do our hands and legs out to the side, kind of like a star, okay? And then we're going to try to come up to the middle and tuck and out and tuck and out. Now you can always come down and go up if you can't get those legs up, right? Or if your legs are here, out, tuck, out, tuck, lift, pull, lift, pull. Or do a full tuck, right? That's the hardest, is to do the full tuck in the middle. You can go out, in, out, or just leave your legs in, out, in. You got it? So if that's what feels good and works best for you, let's do it. Out, tuck, out, tuck, out, tuck. Whew, what a workout, huh? Doing good. Sometimes it's hard to get motivated to do it, but usually if I get the workout done, I feel better afterwards. And again, to do this, you need to kind of be towards the front edge of your chair, right? So if you get both legs up, you could do one, right? One, 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 one. Or both. Looking good. All righty. Shall we do just a little bit of a jog? If you feel your breath pattern has changed, you have started getting your heart rate up. If you can't get your legs to move, make sure you do a real good pump with the arms and use that trunk, and you will get a good raising of the heart rate as well. You can do arms, legs, or both. Take a break as you need to. Whew. Can we do 30 seconds more? Let's try. I've got my eye on the timer. Looking good. If you need to do it in 10 seconds and rest, 10 seconds and rest, you could. Almost there for 30 seconds. Okay, now we're going to do an ab exercise, and then we're going to do a little bit of standing work, and I will give seated options for those who cannot get up, and then we'll do some stretching and we'll be done. So what I'd like for you to do is scoot towards the edge of your chair. One foot is going to be down. The other, you're going to lean back and you aren't arching. I don't want an arch. I want you to curl your ribs down towards your pelvis a little more. And we're going to lift one leg up and over. Okay? Now, if you cannot get your leg to go up and over like I'm doing, you can always do an arm over, right? Arm over and out. Arm over and out. While you are leaning back just so far that you feel like your abs are holding so that you won't fall back, onto the chair. Let's do the other side. Arm or leg, right? And you're keeping yourself off the chair back. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so if you're going to stand, if you need somebody to help you get to standing, this would be the time to ask for some assistance. Let's grab a chair, a counter, a table, a walker, whatever feels safe for you. And what I'm gonna have you face your chair this way. I'm gonna turn so you can see what I'm doing here. We're gonna lift one leg out to the side, other side, and then we're gonna do a squat. One leg out, other side out, and squat. One leg, other leg, squat. One leg, other leg, squat down. One leg, other leg, squat. One leg, other leg, squat. One leg, other leg, squat. Now, if you can't get out of the chair, let's do some seated stuff. So there's some options here. People standing, continue to work. One leg out, other leg out, and then a middle squat. We can do a kick, and squeeze the buns. See how I lift up when I squeeze my buns a little bit? Kick, squeeze the buns. If you can't kick out, I want you to think of pushing down into the floor, squeezing the buns and holding. 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. Push down again. Squeeze the buns. 2, 3, 4, 5. And relax. You're stimulating the same muscles that we are standing. 2, 3, 4, 5. And relax. Again, 2, 3, 4, 5. And relax. And again, push. All right, standing people. If you want, let's just go to a basic squat right now. Lowering, pushing up, pushing into the floor. Okay? Looking good. And again, you would have your chair, walker, counter, whatever you need for safety in front of you. If you don't feel safe bringing one leg out to the side like we were doing, you could always just do the squat. That's fine. And people seated, you can continue the kicks and the bun squeezes or pushing down. Or we could do our little rocket launch, which is when you lean forward as if you're going to stand up and then you change your mind. I'll show you sideways so you can see better. Lift and down. Lift and down. Lift. So push and lower. Push and lower. If somebody standing wants to do a seated activity, this would be it. If your legs are getting tired from being up. Looking good. Because we are doing still just the squats, standing. Tighten those thighs, tighten the buns. Looking good. Just a few more, and we are ready to stretch. Okay. We are ready to go to our stretching. So I'd like for you to grab a trash can, box, footstool, whatever you have. You can do this with your feet on the floor. You just have to bend further forward for some stretches to get a real pull in the muscles. We're going to start with our figure 4 stretch. So that's crossing one leg over, sitting up tall, leaning forward till you feel a stretch down the side of the leg. or in the buns. Now, if you can't get your leg up onto your other leg, you could always put it on the box, trash can, or stool. And then, if you'd like, you could do some circles with your ankle. You can do that with your hand if you need help to move that ankle. Ankle flexibility is important for standing and balance and walking. Let's switch and do the other side. Sitting up tall, bending forward at the hips. And again, ankle circles. If you have a brace on and it precludes you from doing this, stops you from doing this, then try and do this motion of the ankle when you take your brace off. Okay, we're going to put one leg out in front on the footstool or on the floor or trash can or the box. Toe is going to point up, the knee is flat. We're going to try and sit up tall, and we're going to hinge forward at the hips till you feel a pull in the back of the thigh between your buns and your knee. Now, if you need help to bend forward to get that stretch, you can use a belt around the middle of the foot to help bend forward. And the belt also helps position the foot and the knee so it doesn't roll in or out. You won't feel much in the calf until we move the belt up to the ball of the foot. Pulling back on the ball of the foot till you feel a stretch in the calf muscle. And again, to help keep the foot just coming straight up the shin, not rolling in or out. Then if you want, you can bend forward using the belt to help pull forward, and you'll feel a stretch all the way down the back side of your leg, maybe up into your foot. Let's do the other side, please. One leg out in front, or the second leg. Knee is flat. We're going to hinge at the hip. Try not to curl your back too much till you feel a pull down the back side of your leg. And again, you can use the belt, and you can use the belt just to get more stretch, right? If you feel like you're just not getting enough, you can use that belt so that you can bend further forward. Looking good. Feeling a big stretch on the back of the thigh. Now, putting the belt up around the ball of the foot. And I'm not pushing down into the belt. I'm pulling back on the toe, okay? Because there's kind of people kind of want to push into the belt. And pulling back, keeping the knee flat. Feeling a stretch in the calf muscle now. And if you're tight, you might feel it down the back side of the leg. If we lean forward just a little bit more with the belt even, we're going to feel it even further down the back side of the leg. And positioning the foot so it doesn't roll in or out. You want your foot directly in front of you. If you don't, you won't feel the stretch quite so much. Good job. Okay. Now, let's do a twist. So a spinal twist. We're going to reach around to one side of the leg. We're going to reach the back side of the chair. We're going to turn and look over your shoulder. The taller you sit, the more rotation you can get. And let's go to the other side. Let's do a side bend, stretch out the ribs up into the shoulder, down to the hip, reaching down towards the floor. And come up. And the other side. You guys have done a lot of work today. So I'm so glad that you spent some time. Let's roll those shoulders to do something good for mind, body, and spirit today. Now let's lace your fingers together if you can. If you can't, grab your wrist. You're going to push your hands out towards me. Lift your hands up over your head. Push those hands to the ceiling, one or both. If you have trouble doing these motions with the shoulders, try them lying in bed, without a pillow, of course, just to kind of stretch out those arms and that chest area. Elbows are back now. Relax your arms. Drop one ear to one shoulder. Other ear to the other shoulder. Big half circle down across your chest. All right. I want you to do what I call listening head posture. So it's pulling your head back as if you're listening to somebody behind you. So it's your chin stays level. It doesn't go up or down, but it slides back. Kind of shifts back till you pull your chin kind of back over your body, feeling a bit of the upper back muscles to work, to stretch. This is really good for posture, because most of us are guilty of forward head posture, right? Where our head hangs forward. Bring your hands out. Reach around. Thank you for your time and attention today. I hope you feel better. And if you have any questions about exercises, switch arms, please get a hold of me. My phone number is available through the Rocky Mountain MS Center. Thank you for your time, attention, and I hope you have a fabulous day. Bye.